Hey guys, in today's lesson video, let's talk about how to get rid of that hit impulse towards the golf ball for good. So whatever type of hit impulse that you have, some golfers, they have a hit impulse and they drag the handle forward and they get into that chicken wing release. Some golfers tends to help the golf ball up in the air, and some golfers get into that early release scoop motion. So whatever type of hit impulse that you have, it never helps us in the golf swing. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of that hit impulse and have one slow, gradual throwing motion towards the target. I never want to pause and try to hit the golf ball towards the impact zone. We want to get rid of that hit motion. So we just want to swing through and throw the weight of the club head towards the target. That's really going to help us gain that effortless speed and power. So the first thing we have to realize is that from the face-on golf swing, we have to swing the golf club past the golf ball. We have to swing the golf club past the golf ball without trying to make contact with the golf ball. So the first thing I would recommend you do is, if you have some type of Frisbees at home, or if you don't have a Frisbee, you could just feel like you're just throwing like a paper plate, or you could just feel like you're just pretending to throw a Frisbee. What I would recommend is, from the side view, just start throwing these little small Frisbees slightly towards that 1 o'clock position, in this position right here, just low 1 o'clock position, in this position right here. Throw these Frisbees towards this low 1 o'clock position, and that's the correct supination motion with the golf club as well. So once you get that motion, then the second step we have to do is realize what we felt during that release. So what I'll recommend is that if you grab the golf club just right in front of us, get the club and our hands a little bit forward so the club head works a little bit behind our hands. Then from this position, all we have to do is rotate the grip down towards the ground, down towards the ground. This is that supinated release. It's almost the same feel that I have when I try to throw that Frisbee. Make sure we get into this position and rotate the club towards the ground, towards the ground. So what I recommend is that try to release the golf club with your forearms and your lead hands. So what you want to realize is that everything below our elbows should feel like it's releasing. But everything above our elbows, so like our bicep, tricep, and my shoulders, should stay very, very relaxed. If I try to rotate everything above my shoulders as well, that's when the golf club's going to tip over, and that's when we're going to get this type of release. If we release just everything below our elbows, we're going to get into really good position without the golf club taking over and without getting into this over-exaggerated position. So feel like everything below our elbows are releasing. So what that's going to feel like is that get the golf club in this position right here, hands a little bit forward, and make sure that the club face is rotating towards the ground, towards the ground. I don't want to do it with my whole body. I just want to do it with my forearms and my hands towards the ground. So this rotation piece is all we should feel towards the impact zone. We should never feel like we're trying to make contact with the golf ball in this position right here. What we want to do is, towards the golf ball, we just want to feel a gentle rotation of our forearms in this position right here in my lead hand, and we'll be in a really good position. So a little homework is that try to feel which hand release actually feels better. So with my left hand, it's going to feel like, just like I showed right now, it's going to feel like my logo, my golf club is pointing towards the ground. Or with my right hand, it's going to feel like my right palm is going to face towards the ground. So a little homework for you guys is feel what feels good for you, your left logo of your golf club pointing towards the ground, or your right palm facing towards the ground. It's the same thing, but every single golfer has a different feel. So lead hand feel or trail hand feel what feels comfortable for yourself. Then from that position, now what we have to do is, to get rid of that hit impulse, remember this release twist motion. That's all we should feel towards the golf ball. So grab the golf club with your lead arm, your lead hand, then make a small L position. Then from this position, make sure that the logo of our golf club, the back of my left hand, is pointing towards the camera out in front. Then from this position, just keep it out in front. We're just gonna rock the golf club back and forth, back and forth. See how I'm gently pushing the golf back and forth, back and forth. See how I'm gently pushing the golf club and my left arm with my right hand. This position, this position. Then we don't have a hit impulse, right? We're just working the club back and forth, and towards the golf ball. Don't ever try to hit the golf ball, then all those bad swing faults will come into play. We're going to early release scoop, we're going to come over the top, we're going to tuck the golf club back behind. So what we're going to do is, we're going to swing the golf club back and forth, feel the weight of the club head, and somewhere towards the golf ball, all we're going to do is we're going to rotate and release. We're going to rotate and release. So it's going to look something like this. Swing the golf club back and forth, and all we're going to feel towards the golf ball is a simple release of the golf club. And that's the same feel as this motion right here. We're not hitting the golf ball, we're just releasing. So try to get into this motion. I'll show you guys once again. Feel the weight of the club head. Feel the weight of the club head. You can see that even in this position right here, when I pushed my left arm forward, the logo of my golf club is still pointing out in front. So the club face is wide open. We're going to push my left arm out in front, just like a clock. We're just gonna push back and forth and towards the golf ball. Don't try to make contact with the golf ball. Just rotate and release, and we'll be heading in a really good direction. And it's that same Frisbee throwing motion. It's that same release, this move right here. And towards the golf ball, we're not gonna overpower it. So try this out. And if you guys see this in one motion, we're gonna have a really good release, and we're gonna get rid of that hit impulse, and we're gonna feel like we're throwing the weight of the club head, just like a Frisbee towards the target. And that's how we're gonna create that effortless speed and power. So if you guys like the lesson video, please like and subscribe to help my channel grow. And for in-person and online lessons, I'll leave all the information in the description below. Thanks, guys.